dropped my question in there, and then he came back and, you know, he answered my question.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I'm gonna
It
go.
was just about like lead conversion, right? And I was just basically using the example like, well, you know, a lot of people on here on Fanbase present themselves to be doing this business. You know, they interject themselves into conversation and they offer these services. And so, you know,
the network. And I'm always asked the question, you know, how is your program different? And I simply ask, you know, do you have an alumni component that's active? Because over 80% of our graduates are doing business with one another online.
Yeah.
So it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's free. It can't be free.
Right, exactly.
Well, technically, it's not free because Goldman essentially donated $1 million to create it. It's available, and if you're accepted into the program, you get a full scholarship. And I tell folks, if you don't get in the first shot, apply again.
Yeah.
Don't get in the second shot, apply again. I've never seen a business that should be in the program not get into the program.
Yeah, and everyone was wonderful there too, and whoever catered it did a very good job for our cohort, and the food was very good there as well. But yeah, it was definitely informative.
Oh, and I also have some resources for your startups.
No.
So in New York,
what resources?
So in New York, there's 3 different business plan competitions. And let's see, I just typed it in. So there's New York Startup Business Plan Competition, and that's for the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island residents. I believe the first prize is $15,000. And yeah, the website is nypl.org/bizplan. There's a Brooklyn Power Up Business Plan Competition for Brooklyn residents. And for Queens residents, there's the Queens Tech and Innovation Challenge. So I listed the website for those, for all of those that are, you know, in that startup phase and looking for funding. And
yeah, if anyone's in New York, that is definitely great. Very cool. Thank you for that. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you have any favorite success story from it?
Favorite success stories? I wouldn't say favorites. We had one company go public, which was a what do you call it? It was a crowdfunding business. I'm blanking on the name right now. And one thing I want to say is people have misconceptions that it's about companies that are tech-based or looking for venture capital. It's not the case. It's your basic businesses. We have hair salons. We have graphic design companies. We have tech companies. Well, we do have tech companies.
Do you?
We have tech companies. We have construction companies. Anything and everything that you can imagine. The only business that I would say would not get in is a business that would destroy a neighborhood. So I'm sure that certain businesses come to mind when you think of community building versus community not building.
Yeah, I remember the whole making sure it, you know, helping like build up your community and create jobs was a big part of the mission of the 10KSB.
Yeah,
which is exactly what you're doing, Shannon. So this would actually be a very nice little matchup over here, I think.
Yeah, we're actually looking to partner with Goldman Sachs and some rewards for graduates, alumni. So talking to the local chapter on that right now. Feedback.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
Cool, amazing.
Awesome. So is there any so then if you qualify, then you'll probably get in, kind of thing. So no secret tips and tricks for you then, just.
Well, I'm going to say it's a 3-part process. The first process is a very short application, contact information, number of employees, revenue for the last 3 years. where are you at currently? 2 questions. First question is describe your business. So if you can write a tweet description of your business. The second question gets a little bit more involved. It's a 3-part question. Why do you want to take the program? What are you looking to get out of the program? And how can the program help you to overcome challenges in your business? And that's what we go into detail on in the webinar. So those who take the webinar, when they come to the interview process, they can answer verbally those questions versus those that come in and say, hey, I heard it was a great program. And we tease folks to take the webinar by offering those 15 strategies that, again, were proven to work.
Very cool.
So,
Is that how it worked back when I was doing it too?
what year did you take the program?
2016.
So 2016, that was 8 years ago. When the program first started, we were actually taking physical applications. So we were getting stacks of tax return.
Did I get on the physical application? What I did? I'm the submerged, you know.
And so based on the feedback of applicants saying, allow us to do this digitally, we broke the application up in parts. So again, first part, do you qualify? Do you have the employees? Is your revenue at that level? And what we mean by the revenue, on your latest tax return, are you at 75,000 or greater?
Okay. And I remember, I think there was a minimum revenue requirement. Was it like 250,000 or something?
Pre-COVID,
Okay.
it was 150,000 with 4 employees.
Okay.
But after COVID, they relaxed the requirements.
Okay. Okay, good. So it actually is more conducive for startups then.
So you have to be in business for a minimum of 2 years.
Okay.
And the business has to be stable enough so that when we take you out of class all day on a Thursday, if a major opportunity or a major catastrophe happens, there's someone at the business that can handle it. So that is the one
Right,
of the
because we
main
have to dedicate a whole day to it, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, the person's on the phone all day, stepping out of class,
Digital Accelerator. But for 3 or 4 hours at a time. So I think and it's not 13 weeks. Well, Mercy Change might be close to that, but it's not for full days.
Yeah.
So they vary.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
It took me.
With the boot
It
camp
took me
that I'm
to some
doing,
reggae.
that's like a 2-day.
I love the music. That's my jam. My
There's a
shit.
boot camp next week. That's an accelerator.
reggae,
That's tied to a VC fund. It's all day. Yeah, and they're flying people out for that and putting them up in a hotel, and it's completely off sites and then through dinner even. So it's only 2 days.
Nice. So there are some accelerators. Like some could be just sort of like one-offs, or like where it's just like a couple of days versus like a whole program type of a thing.
Yeah, and this is my first
Okay.
time with that one, so I can give a follow-up feedback on whether I felt like it was a lot to digest or if it's. I mean, this is like the 8th one too, so I probably have a better learning curve than a lot of people.
I know that's incredible. And so I'm gonna throw the same question that was thrown to you to Paisley. So what are some tips from the application process, that you could give for people to get in?
to take the teaser workshop. That is the best tip that I can give them.
Okay, but if somebody did not take the teaser workshop, what, like in general, like when it comes to like applications and things like that, like what tips would you give somebody? And this could also go for, I mean, I guess like these tips would also go for pitching, like a VC or an angel investor too. Like what tips would you give on, like as far as like presenting your company in the best light?
So first I would say research the program, because there's a wealth of information out about the program, and many people, to our surprise, they come in and they don't know anything about the program. They say, I heard it was great, people have said wonderful things about it, and I just put into the link one of the progress reports that outlines a lot of the metrics and the successes of the program. There's YouTube videos where people can get testimonials. If you go to the Goldman Sachs website, I'll put that one in as well. It's gs.com/10KSB. So the first thing is research the program to find out what exactly it is. We had one business owner that came in and said, I'm here for my grant money. And we said, grant money? He said, yeah, don't you guys give grant money? And we said, no, it's not grant money. It's a program that's funded. So number one, do the research. Number two, have a clear sense of what you want from the program and what your challenges are, because if you're coming in looking for, let's say, seed round funding, and you're looking to be connected to investors, that's not what the program is about. So in your pitch, have a clear sense of where you want to go, have a clear sense of what's impeding you. So if you can't read a financial statement, if you're not using your financials to make management decisions within your business, then that's something that you can say, and at the same time link it to the curriculum, because there's 9 modules and 4 clinics. And one of those modules is called Money and Metrics. So in the Money and Metrics module, we teach business owners how to read financial statements and how to make decisions effectively using metrics. If you have challenges in your marketing, we have a module on marketing and selling. If you have challenges, improving the operations of your business. So it's really doing the homework, getting a clear sense of what the program offers and how your challenge matches what the program offers as a solution.
And this is I'm showing the what that last thing that you sent. This is what the actual initial application looks like. So initially, it's some contact info. I'm not going to fill it out and go through next, but so this is what some initial information to have for anybody who's looking to do it.
Yeah, and if any individuals want to speak to someone in the program, they can go directly to 10ksbapply.com. They can click and type in their address, and it will tell them which site they should apply to with the contact information for that site. So if anyone is applying to New York, they can contact me directly, and I'll type in my email address.
Yeah.
So the program in New York is offered at LaGuardia Community College, and I tell everyone they can email me anytime, and I will respond.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Paisley. I appreciate you coming on and telling us about it. And yeah, I mean, this will be available, if you're watching this as a recording versus live, all the links on the right and the email and such are there. So yeah, hopefully, people can benefit from this. I mean, I know I did, for sure. I think my company for sure, when I think at this point, I might 10x this year from where I started the 10KSB through All Aces promotional staffing. I actually think it might be a 10x from 8 to 10x from where I started the program. I know the goal was 20, right? So,
The goal is really up to you. And if you're looking to grow your business, and again, if you know what your challenges are and there's a match with the curriculum, apply to the program. I'd love to have you.
Cool. Yeah, we should definitely do another one of these Paisley's kind of dedicated to the 10KSB. So if anyone wants to check it out, go right for it. All right, thanks, Paisley.
Thank you. Have a great day.
It was great.
Bye.
Take care.
Awesome. And I saw that someone asked, how do you find these? And I have 2 tips for that. Number one, if you are associated with a college, even a community college, like you mentioned, his is through LaGuardia Community College. For the Cleveland one, it's through Tri-C Community College. Go to the college, the alumni network. They usually have an entrepreneurship center tied to them, regardless of what type of college you went to. And if that's not the case, go through your Chamber of Commerce. And both of those will be able to connect you with the resources, because they definitely exist everywhere. You just have to find them.
Yeah, and I know this may not necessarily be Accelerator specific, but I know that a lot of colleges will offer help for companies and startups and businesses. Like if you're in New York, PACE has a really good small business program. I believe Baruch does as well. If you're in the Manhattan area, I'm sure a lot of the Cleveland schools
Yeah, for us it's case as well. I went to BW for undergrad and grad, so BW, Wallace, John Carroll, University of Toledo, University of Akron is actually who does ICOR, tied to the National Science Foundation. There's so many, yeah.
So I think a good way, unless anyone has more questions to end this, is any last thoughts on accelerators, whether it's what to look out for in a really good accelerator, or what to beware of, or just anything at all.
I really liked Paisley's point on knowing what you want to be the outcome.
Yes.
I've been through so many because they have different specializations. Like I mentioned, for the incubator for National Science Foundation, it forced me to talk to people. For Sea Change, it was about social enterprise. For the one I'm doing next week, they're tied to a VC. So that's one where it's more about fundraising for me. That's the focus. And you can get fatigued by it. So
it does seem like a lot of work. I mean, I know when I went through the thinking, I mean, like that was like a job, kind of. Not really, but kind of, because you have to put a lot in it, and like it's about working on your business versus in your business, and anytime you're working on something like an accelerator, you're kind of focused more outside.
Yeah.
So I put a question in here for you to put in, Shanna, afterward maybe. What are some of the accelerators are that you recommend? So this way, if you add it as an answer, people can kind of see after the fact.
Yeah, I will say actually my favorite one so far is actually an incubator that I've been in for this November, called Bounce out of Akron. It's amazing, and it's amazing because of the mentors. And there isn't a forced curriculum. It's very flexible, so it's having a business coach with you to walk through it that works on the business with you.
Wow.
On a regular weekly basis. He's been fantastic. So for me, that's been the standout one for me. I'll keep you posted on the other one.
That's okay. That's why I put it there, so you don't have to think about it off the top of your head of everything. Yeah, I mean, this has been super helpful. I know. I'm actually glad Paisley was able to come. That was actually cool because I'm sure that the program has evolved greatly since I was on it. When I was there, it was much more about small businesses who had revenue that were looking to grow their revenue, and now it seems like they're trying to cater a little bit more to the startup world, which would be good. Which I think is good for them to expand that a bit. Yeah. So yeah, well, thank you so much, Shannon. It's always nice to see you and have you on here.
Well, wait, can I ask you, what was your biggest takeaway from doing the program yourself?
My biggest takeaway was, I honestly think it was delegation. Not just regular delegation, because I had employees at that point, right? But I think it was thinking about the operations from a high level and really breaking down what I needed, just taking money out of the picture, and I don't want to get in trouble. Even if I get in trouble, I'm gonna actually share the curriculum because I found it. If anybody wants to see, so I can kind of go through what some of the. So there was going through like risk and opportunity statements. So basically it was like, creating a growth plan. And so let me actually go through, because I remember some were really good, like leadership, organization, and organization table. So yes, I think this right here was probably, that was probably the best part, the organization and organization table for me, because I was always thinking of it from what do I need right this second, versus when my business is this big, what will I need then, and how do I prepare for it? And that thinking from that mindset really changed everything for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna 8X minimum.
Yeah, I know, you know, still figuring out the best plan for Poldit, of course. You know, whether it's an accelerator or, you know, or just funding or something like that. So, you know, what has been from all the accelerators, I'm going to throw it right back at you, that you have done, what was your biggest takeaway, or takeaways, since you've done a bunch?
Yeah, you get what you put in,
Yeah.
100%. And there's always a bit of overlap, so you don't necessarily have to get caught up on it. Like, you're always going to go through a business canvas of some kind, like the lean canvas is a staple.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if one doesn't accept you, try another one, it's okay. You'll get a lot out of it too.
Did you get feedback?
But that I was pretty early when I applied, so I would say that's probably why I was pre-MVP.
Okay.
But they actually open up their alumni Slack channel to any applicants.
Oh, that's nice.
Really cool. So, and they're very active on there, so that was awesome.
Sorry.
And then like Y Combinator, they get tens of thousands of submittals.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, of course.
feedback. And then Techstars, yeah, they don't give you feedback either.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, there's so many that you're applying to that, you know, it would be hard to do that. Like with all these like networks, do you actually keep in touch with people? Have you made good contacts from people that you've gone through the accelerator with?
Oh yeah. I would say like there's is it Contract Flow or Scope Flow? Lydia Floyd's company, forgetting the name of it, but she's I would say a good friend of mine now. And she was in ICOR with me. We actually met before at a networking event, but we bonded over ICOR. Yeah, and there's just like a handful like that, I would say. It's not quite as strong of a network for the ones that I've come out of, but I'm hoping with Sea Change, this one seems like it's a pretty strong alumni network, which is exciting.
What?
All doing stuff and trying to save the world, which is awesome.
Gotta love that, for sure.
I just wanted to say
Well, thank you so much. I always love chatting with you and seeing you and seeing how you've progressed. It looks like you're doing great now that you're, you know, focused more on it. Like, so you're focusing on Piggyback full time. You have some interns. Like, how's all that going?
It's going really well. We're building up our co-founders now too, so just extending the team, coming up with more of the go-to-market strategy, like how to really get deep into the network working on messaging, and it's moving. It's cool. It's cool seeing other people working on, you know, your idea.
Yeah.
Like the progress every week that happens from it. It's like little elves going and doing their thing and then coming back, and it's this wonderful thing that you can kind of work through together to refine. It's pretty cool.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you have such a great vision with Piggyback. And you know, I don't know if you actually told everyone today. So what is Piggyback?
Oh, so Piggyback is a contractor neighborhood marketplace. So what we do is we match contractors with match neighbors with your contractors. We get notified ahead whenever they're coming to town. So it's like those annoying door knocking people that come by. We do it digitally, so you don't have to worry about that. And then everyone wins just a group discount, and we're combating that massive contractor shortage that we all feel in our souls. So yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, definitely follow Shannon.
Oh, it's 1 o'clock. I guess
if you
so.
click on Shannon's profile, you know what, Shannon? If you go chat message in there, we're gonna have it so that I can tag you right in the description soon. But if you click on her or even Paisley or anyone who's chatted or asked questions, you can follow them right on their profile for, you know, if they create more content. Definitely, you know, if you're interested in learning more about Piggyback, you can let her know. Hey, Shannon. There you go. So there's her profile. And if you What?
And I just put in how you spell piggyback.
Oh, very nice. And if you hop off this, you're watching this as a recording, and you do have any additional questions for Shanna or myself, feel free, or Paisley even, I know both their contact information is in the chat, but you can also feel free to ask a question in the Q&A, and we can answer it after the fact. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for joining. It's always amazing to do these, and if you want to hear more about this or any other topics, please let us know in the chat so we can cater this, to the things that you want to hear.
I'm about to go do that right now then.
All right.
I still gotta stop at
Take
Walmart.
care. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, I was gonna say I have the card because I forget I can't think